Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, Makim. All right, we the brothers here from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp, also with the elders from Vegas, LA, and we also have the brother from Cleveland with us here tonight with another live lesson. And Lord willing, we hope and pray that it's edifying. We want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And peace, salutations, and many blessings unto the elect of Yasha'Allah that's scattered around the four corners of the earth, coming back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in all truth and sincerity. Okay, in these times, we say Shalom. All right, tonight's lesson is simply going to be entitled, Prepare Your Minds for Life-Altering Events. All right, and notice it's events, plural. Okay, there's going to be multiple events and multiple scenarios that's about to take place in our lifetime that's going to change our life. All right, to the point to where you're not going to be able to have the same comforts that you once had before. Okay, the comforts of heat, air, the comforts of a car, the comforts of a job. Okay, our lives are changing. All right, and whenever you experience a transition in anything in life, transitions are always uncomfortable. Whether you go from high school to college, okay, whether you go from one job to another, whether you move from one house to another, whether you go from one relationship to another, okay, whether you go from, from this life to the spirit world.
One presidency to another.
That's right. That's perfect.
Yeah.
One president to another. There's always a very, very uncomfortable feeling behind transitioning from your comfort level to a different phase. Okay, and we're about to experience that, especially going into this next year where the presidency is about to change. And what we're witnessing, and the reason why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is pushing that spirit out there, is because we're transitioning into a place of rulership. Okay, we're transitioning into the power seat. So anybody that gets ready to take the power seat, they get scrutinized. Okay, they get examined, they get talked about. Okay, there's so many different things that comes upon a nation of people that is getting ready to take the power seat. So we have to understand that we're getting ready to experience high-level terrorist attacks, high-level spiritual activities, high-level activity in the animals, high-level activities from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which will change our lives. So with that, we're going to go ahead and just start in the spirit. We can start with the Acts 14. What we got? Acts 14:22.
This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, don't think this is about to be a cakewalk. Don't think you about to just get raptured up, as they say, in the Christian world or whatever. You're just gonna get exonerated from all the trials that's going to play. That's not how that works. There's much tribulation to get into the kingdom. Matter of fact, if somebody can hold 1 Peter 4, I think it's 17. You are held.
That's the spirit.
We'll go back. Go ahead, grab it.
Okay. This is 1 Peter 4 and
Matter of fact,
17.
start at 12. Because brother,
Yeah.
It goes better with the whole overall lesson. Yeah.
This is 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trials which is to try you, as if some new strange thing happened unto you.
We telling you right now, there's about to be some new strange things happening in the earth. That new normal, you think this is the new normal. The new normal ain't been set to where life is about to be lived on. This is just a transition into what the new normal will eventually be. You think it's just a mask and cover your coughs and wash your hands.
Right.
No, it's going to be a lot more different than that. Yeah, the end game is to have a chip in you and let you know when you're sick, when you got a cough, when you got a strand of disease or whatever. And if you want to do anything in this world, you got to go through that beast system.
That's right.
That's where we're headed. That's the end game of what we're headed to. Okay, but there's the righteous side of that with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, when he's gonna have his men be able to make it through. You got it, bro.
And also what comes with that beast system is the snatching of your comfort.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because if you want to continue on in comfort, you got to take the chip.
Right.
So it's a decision got to be made.
Con.
Verse 13. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahweh's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
We already know, and I'm gonna just quote Sirach too, but we already know to get our mind right to have to suffer. Y'all
That's right.
still expecting good to come 2 days from today.
That's right.
You know, we ain't expecting that. We only expect, we rejoicing in the fact it's getting worse and worse and worse. This thing, we were just talking about, this thing's mentioned in the, you know, in the scriptures that ain't came up in current events in recent time that haven't even come to pass yet.
Absolutely.
Right.
There's things that we're still waiting on to take effect that don't take effect instantly, but will take effect a little bit down the line. It's a process to it.
That's right. It's a lot of things that even though we're at the end, there's still a lot of things that got to take place before the visitation of our Lord and Savior. So that means that there's going to be a plethora of events that's going to happen right before the Lord comes back.
Mhm.
Okay? The Lord is going to hit America with a domino effect.
Right.
One day you're going to see men flying, then the next day you're going to see a big monster come out the sea.
That's right.
You know, that's going to happen in that small concentrated time frame
As-
to magnify the name of the Lord.
As a scope, as a range of the things that'll be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the death that you don't get used to seeing people die.
Yes.
Just understand that part.
Con.
I mean, they already talked about how crime and theft has already been heightened.
Dramatically this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
You know, people
Suicide
getting
rate.
that squeeze.
Suicide. Yeah.
Suicides is probably at the top of the list
Yeah.
as far as the way people been dying.
That's right. You got it, bro.
Verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Yahushua, happy are you.
Yeah, because you in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. He who's in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshai abideth in the what is it called, in the secret chamber.
Mhm.
To roughly paraphrase.
I just get it. Psalm 91 on 91.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it for you.
brother, guy, you can still
Come down. You want me to get it down?
Yep.
Alright, this is Psalms chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
And that's where his name is at, because now it's a name that not every man knew.
That's why.
Okay,
that's why
it's
you
not
have
commonplace. So go ahead.
So that's why you have Proverbs 30 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know the name, but even some that know the name aren't in the power of the name, to where he's granting you, you know, the righteous things that you need for your service. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's right.
It says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge
Yep.
and my fortress,
It's
my
the
tower.
difference, not my gun,
Mhm.
not my money,
Right.
not the house on the hill, not all the martial arts training I've been doing. None of that stuff is gonna save you, man.
All right.
You know, this president is not gonna save you. The last president wasn't gonna save you. And if there's one, Lord willing, we don't make it that far. But whatever is ahead of you that's already on the earth today, don't have a chance to save you, man.
Absolutely.
Only Yahweh Shai when he come and crack them skies. If you've been doing the things through your faith, whereby you have believed, when you get your salvation.
That's right.
That's
And if I may say, that's what it boils down to. You know, because when these life-altering events begin to take place, that's when your faith is going to be put on the okay? So when your faith is on the stage, that means what? That it's time to open up, you know, and all the lights are on you. Hey, it's either a fight or flight. It's either perform or you get a tomato chuck that your ass. Man. So that's how the spirit of the Lord is, man. We going into a time where the Lord is going to expect you to follow what the script says, man, because we've been reading the script.
Yeah.
You know, when it's time to, hey, you gotta think about the conductor of a play, and he's been giving you the script, and you've been coming to rehearsal, and you've been going over the script. Then when the velvet curtains open up, you forget the script. He gonna be like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
You know,
So
we've been going over this day and night.
everything, yeah.
You know, that's what's getting ready to happen with these life-altering events, man.
That's right.
Okay? And when you go into the word altar, which I'll get real quick, and then we'll jump back to the precept, because I want to get this word altar. All right? And the word there, the word altar
Let's
means,
spell it because it's too, you know.
yeah, Con.
A-L-T-E-R.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not the place of worship altar with the A.
Con.
2 A's, I mean.
The water. The water, that's the spirit. A-L-T-E-R. And it says to change something. Make different in some way.
Con.
To change, alter, to change, okay? It says beyond, to become otherwise. Which is when you go into the, if you know anything about cars, you in your car you have what? An alternator. The alternator does what? It takes the power from, it changes the power from the battery, okay? Because the battery sparks the car. And if anybody knows anything about cars, you know, feel free to break it down.
Right.
But the battery sparks it, and the power goes to the alternator. The alternator really keeps the car rolling.
Con.
You know, and that's as best as I can break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that
Right.
So that's the same thing that we're getting ready to go to. We're getting ready to go from, you know, from a spark to a full-fledged running vehicle, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's going to take what? That's going to take resistance. That's going to take faith. That's going to take, everything that's written of in the scriptures, because we're going through a life-changing moment.
Right.
The scripture said there's never been a time like this since there have been mankind.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I had. That's what I was holding.
Oh, yes.
If I may say too,
Yes.
because like we're going into life-changing events that are going to happen, and we're going into alterations. The alteration and the changing event is going to be the catalyst to our power that the Lord is going to give us.
That's right.
Something got to happen. There has to be, like I said, a catalyst is what the bishop was going into. Something that sparks something it's an inception of starting something. Esau gonna have to come down like a flood, like it says in Revelation 12,
Right. That's
for us to show healing powers, to us to show teleport and all that stuff.
And when that happened with Yahushua.
Right.
Yahushua went back to the spirit world. Then after that, they began to perform the miracles when the Lord pushed the spirit out.
Right.
You know, so these life-changing events, it's going to be a domino effect.
Right.
It's going to go from one thing to another. You know, and we like if you see somebody perform a miracle, that's a life-changing event. If you see a beast that you've never seen on the earth manifest, that's a life-changing event. If you see missiles getting shot off from another country, that's a life-changing event.
Yeah.
You see the chariots and the Son of Man coming back in the sky, that's a life-changing event. That's a life-altering event. And that's the times that we're going into. And the only way to adjust to when your life change is you have to be focused on the path that you've already been going, man.
Right.
Okay? Because your life is changing.
That's right.
So it's like, my bad, bro. It's like if you get accepted into Howard. You know, you don't know nothing about Howard. You don't know about the campus. You don't know about who's going to be your teacher. But you just know that that's my goal. I want to go to Howard University. Now then when you go to Howard University, you like, your goals change because you don't like your dorm.
Right.
You don't like your roommate.
Right.
You don't like, you know, your teacher. You don't like how the area you in. No, you're gonna deal with that because you know that your goal was to go to Howard and be a Howard degree graduate.
You was already on your what's that called? Your work ethic was
Your
already
course.
there.
It was on your course.
Right, exactly right. You already knew what you were supposed to be doing. You know, and I want to use it to the work ethic description of it. You already knew what your work was and that it was gonna get harder.
Right.
So you knew how to study, you knew how to research, you knew how to type up your papers and do all those other things and work. You know, whatever you need to do to sustain you to make it through that full course of going to Howard, you know, and graduating from Howard.
We counted the cost.
We counted beautiful.
I'll get
Counted
that.
the cost. This brother about to wrap this one. Was you in the middle of reading
That-
something?
that-
Oh, no, you got it.
Okay, this is Psalms. I'm gonna bring back 91 verse 2. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, He is my refuge and my fortress.
That's that course of going to Howard. This is the path that we already set on. We already know that this is the only way that we can make it out. We've been doing the things previous to these life changing or life altering events to be in his protection. Okay, for lack of a better word, you got it.
It says, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
Yeah, we trust in Yahweh Shai. We're not sitting here worried about, well, I'm not sure about this God or that one. Now we've had enough events,
That's right.
enough situations
That's
to
right.
know
That's right.
that this is it.
Right.
You mess up, and you know when you mess up. When you
Yeah.
mess up, and then something bad come upon you for you to deal with,
Right.
you already know what it was.
Right.
You know, but when something good happened, you already know what it was. You know who it came from.
And also, snares a trap. The follower is Esau.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, this guy's always ready.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got specific traps set up for just the men of the Lord. He don't give a damn about anybody else.
That's right.
Anyone else out there. He don't care about, because he got them in the palm of their hand, of his hands. You know.
And it's through his policies.
Yep.
That's his traps are through his policies.
Yep.
Yep, and his unrighteous decrees.
Yep. His military.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and the Lord said he gonna deliver us out of the snare of the fowler. And how do we know that it's talking about the Edomites? Because they're known as the eagle, a fowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fowler is like you said, the eagle sits at the highest, staring down at its prey. And
Yep.
it flies over all birds.
Yep.
And then it'll
Yep,
swoop
that's right.
down,
Right.
and then it comes and put them talons in you, and then flap and bring you up.
Yep.
If you could be a beast on the ground, he could pick you up with
I didn't
them,
see any
just drop you off. You know,
grabbing a deer, goat.
Yeah.
Fox.
Like, yeah, big
Yep.
stuff, man.
big
Some
stuff
bird
like
flying
goats
off
and
and
stuff.
Yeah.
A goat can't see him in the back of the top of his head. You don't know that fowler even coming.
That's right.
Just feel them talons going his back, and then he going up in the air, and then drop him
Yep.
60 feet from the top, from the air,
Yeah.
and then feast.
Yep.
Yeah, finishing off verse 3, it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Yep.
He shall
That noisome pestilence is the big look at that is the missiles, man. Another life altering situation.
That's
Because
right.
after that, you either have to have gotten beamed up or you're gonna get burned up.
That's it.
It's the only
That's right.
thing. So whatever you have done leading up to those with the minor life altering situations, that's the one that you gotta make sure you on the path to get
Absolutely.
over. Get past.
And if I may say, see, you got these black women out here. They think they stepping up from their old baggage into the next gear.
Right.
You know, with the ponytail and the
Right.
luggage.
Right.
Y'all know the visual I'm talking about. We walking into prosperity and we
Right.
leaving behind bad energy. And
Right.
we walking into sage smoke. And, no. Well, you got it backwards. Okay, all of the prosperity that you got in 2020
You
is gonna
walking
be
from it.
you're walking from it, and you're walking into destruction.
That's right.
Right.
And your life, you women and you men, okay, that's of the tribes, the Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, you're walking into trouble.
Walking into evil, bro.
You're walking into evil. And
Bad time.
if I may say, Baba Kushal, when you look up Daniel the 12th chapter, which matter of fact, read it real quick, because I want to make a point on that. Go ahead.
It's Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Now, when you go into the interlinear concordance and you go into the cross reference,
Right.
and you look at the scriptures that they link up with Daniel the 12th chapter,
Right.
guess what scripture they link with that? Jeremiah 30:7.
That's
The
right.
time of Jacob's trouble. So that time that the archangel Michael is going to stand up is in that time of trouble that has never been since there was a nation. They link that up with Jacob's trouble.
That's it. Right.
So you women think that you're going into prosperity. You think you're going into, the bag, and you're going into healthy relationships, and you're going into the Sage and Palo Santo vibes. Okay, you're really going into a time of trouble,
Yeah.
and your life is going to change. And one thing that we know about women is they don't do well with adjusting to change.
Right.
The book of Job.
Yeah.
And also going to what's that Proverbs 14th chapter, we say his ways seem right to the man, but the ways of the earth and the ways of death.
Yeah.
So the way they live in their life, you have scripture say also she doesn't live for pleasure dead while she's living. Speaking of these women, they live in this particular lifestyle thinking they're gonna prosper.
Right.
Man, the Most High put you in a trick bag, man.
Yeah,
They're about
exactly.
to put holy hell on you.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Everybody, thinking they want the year 2020 to be over. Little do they know that what the Lord has in store for
Like
2021.
I was watching one of the brothers video earlier. He said, "Man, you better hope you stay in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2021. You don't want to see that, man. You know,
I'm gonna see that.
that's right.
And if I'm a land back off what Bishop Togman been saying this for the longest now. And just going on with this, the topic of the lesson, with these alterations and transitions and changes that are coming, huge decisions are going to have to be made.
You have to
right?
make decisions.
You see, when you go into the history, especially, I'm just speaking straight to you Israelites, when you go into the history of our people,
Right.
2nd Chronicles, the 36th chapter, huge decisions had to be made. Or 35th chapter, with Josiah going up against King Necho.
Yeah.
Decisions had to be made.
Absolutely.
Because there was a transition of power happening. There were the Egyptians and the Assyrians were going against the Babylonians, and a transition of power was happening.
When not to cut you off, bro, but
you got it.
when Rehoboam
Right?
took the throne after King Solomon, you know, and he asked, you know, how should he deal with Jerusalem? Should he be hard or should he be lapsadaisical? He had to make a decision because there was a transition of power.
Yeah.
Okay, and when we're in a phase of transition, there has to be decisions made.
Right.
And when you look into the word decision, D means to, and side means cut. So basically, the Lord is gonna make people cut and cut to the chase. You know how people get to filibustering and using a whole bunch of words. It's like, what do you usually say? Hey man, cut to the chase.
Cut to the chase, right.
Meaning cut the bullshit. Give me an answer. Make a decision. What's your answer on that? So the Lord is gonna make people make a decision based off of the life-altering events that's gonna take place.
It's going to be plain. It's at this point right now. And I'm talking about this point. You're going to take the vaccine or not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna alter and transition. You're gonna take the chip or not.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what's coming. It's black and white. There ain't no gray area no more.
That's
Like
right.
how it's been 2016, 2017, 2018. With 2020, 2021, with 2020 and 2021, there's A and B.
Yes,
It's true or false.
that's right.
There's
bro.
no multiple choice no more.
That's right.
You're gonna have to make this decision or
Right
that.
answer, or you go.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
No more complaints. I got a
That's
precept
it.
to go with this brother in Daniel. You done with Daniel?
Yeah, I mean that was the point that brother
Yeah,
wanted.
just finish it through there and let the other get.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Yep. This is the 2nd Esdras 14 and 14. Let go the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, you people. One thing I want to make a quick point about, and that goes right into it. Our people don't have a history of making great decisions or wise decisions on a large scale.
That's true.
That's
man.
Only the elect have been known, or the men of the Lord have been known when they take the words of the seer or the prophet, then the king pushed that. That's when we made good decisions. That's why they say when there was no prophet, there's no vision.
Yeah,
that's
You know, the people
Right.
perish.
People perish.
And so to read that one more time. So
It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the
that's
weak
what the,
nature.
that's what the prophets did. They showed you that the Heavenly Father had you being more spiritual than carnal. Okay, because our people are bred to be carnal, man.
Exactly.
That's why we had to go and have the law written down, even though we had a law of understanding of the law kind of written within us in our spirit.
Yeah.
But we needed to be able to see it to know,
Right.
okay, so I can't do that,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Because Jacob was too busy eyeballing how they can try to bend the law.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be able to do that no more.
And you know what Esau do? Esau puts our people in a state of comfortability, then they change it
Yeah.
to try your integrity.
Hey,
And that happened in Greece.
There's a code word they use to like
No, you can
there's a code word that they use nowadays called climate change. That ain't talking about
Yeah.
It ain't talking about because of the hole in the ozone layer.
Right,
That ain't
right,
what that's talking about. When they use that, they know they about to change something up. When
They
you
about to
start
change
hearing
the
that in
climate.
That's right.
Yeah, the way they deal it from regular what did you call it just a moment, comfortable
Yep.
to draconian.
Yeah, well if not
We got that.
you know, real quick, you know, you can hit the point. But in the time of Greece, when the power transitioned from Alexander to Antiochus, Israel had to make a decision.
Yeah.
They had to make a decision. Why? Because Esau knew that I'm in power seat now, and I have the power to make them make a decision.
That's right.
And that's what Esau is going to do.
Yeah.
They say, look, man, we've been catching hell since we departed from the heathen, man. Let us join unto his ways. They made a bad decision. And because they made that bad decision, it said that the brides and the bridegrooms was in mourning, said the countenance, their faces changed.
Yeah.
That's right.
Women had that dark, they was sitting in the dust
Yeah.
because they didn't know how to adjust to that life-altering event. But the Maccabees did what? They stood valiant. They made a good decision.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the decision that the Maccabean family made, they were confident in that decision, and they wasn't in no state of depression and mourning because they knew, man, the decision that we making is the right decision.
Right.
We're gonna have confidence in this decision.
They was
Right.
right under the shadow of the Almighty
Yeah.
with the righteous decision that they made.
Yeah.
So we're in the time of decision making, man. We're in a time of life-altering events that's going to change the way that mass majority of the people view life.
That's right.
A lot of these people out here have been trained to view life as a game.
Yeah.
They've been trained to view life as a money race.
Yeah.
But they have not been trained to view life as a subject unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, as a servant of the Lord, as somebody that's going to have to make a very, very important decision for themselves and others around you. And that those decisions are going to come by way of your life changing. And if you make the wrong decision in these times, it's going to lead to your death.
That's right.
I'm just get straight to the skin.
That's the difference between the flesh and the spirit.
Yeah.
That's like the scriptures say, the carnal mind is enmity with the Most High. You can't please the Most High if you carnal. And that based off making you, are you going to make a spiritual decision or not? Are you going to be in the spirit, or are you going to get in the flesh and get carnal?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what precept.
Yeah, more on
I
that.
got more. I got more.
So like you got it.
You need what he needs that right now? They need to go right now?
Oh, no, it's really that.
I'm trying to
It goes right into what the brother brought out in Daniel. In verse 15 it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Yeah. And we're in that hereafter where the worst is going to get done. Was that in the same chapter? Said there nothing happened like it happened unto Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be the worst time ever. You guys ain't seen, you ain't prepared to have to critical think, in a time like this, man.
Yeah.
All your single parent homes.
That's right.
You so-called men that's been raised by women with a feminine attitude and emotional attitude. Y'all ain't ready for this.
Because if I could just say really quick, because I had pulled up the etymology of the word comfortable as an adjective, and it says free from stress or conducive to mental ease, having or affording peace of mind, which is going to be taken away from the citizens, man.
Right.
That comfortability is going to be snatched like a rug from under your feet.
Yeah.
And those without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, it's basically going to be done, man.
And the bad thing about it, during all that time, people still gonna be looking for it to get better.
Yeah.
They're gonna want it to turn around. They're gonna trust in their government. And they're gonna want thinking that things gonna improve. It's gonna get better. And they're gonna get what out, take this chip and get this back and get that back.
Exactly.
That's what
Quick
lack of knowledge, man. They don't know. They're gonna be destroyed.
Zephaniah 1:12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on the lees. And how's the Lord searching Jerusalem? Jerusalem being a people before us a place. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, man. He's searching with this light, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, this word, man. All right, and like I said, he's going to come and punish the men that are settled on their lees. So you people that are complacent, as the brother was speaking about, all that comfortability is going to be taken away from you people. All right, it says that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Yeah, you don't want him to make this. You want to BS long enough to where you don't have to make this decision.
Right.
Not in this lifetime. All of them type of sayings, it's just all prolonging the inevitable. For us, we like, man, let's get it going. Let's do it now. I mean, Lord willing, because we trust in you, that you're going to take care of us and see us through it. So, hey, protect us. So let's do it now. Let's see it now. Everybody else want to put it off and wait, and they want their kids and their grandkids grandkids and great grandkids to have to deal with this. Nah, man, let me deal with it now so they can have a better life when it comes.
Yeah.
You know, go back to
Brother
that.
got it. Brother, if you got a person, you got it. So,
Okay, this is John 6:63. It is a spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Yeah. You know, you got it.
Okay,
No.
all right, because
I
I wanted to bring this out because of what you were saying, especially about critical thinking.
Right.
Critical thinking is a high level of thinking.
Yes.
It's
yes.
very regal minded.
Yes.
And the reason why I bring this out is because it says the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Us reading these scripts, we have already got the answer to these decisions that are going to be presented to us. We already know through the spirit what we gonna choose.
Yes, right.
These other, like you're saying, these other people, they don't got it because they haven't been reading the words of Yahweh Shai and understanding the answers that we are to give when these decisions are coming. You got it.
that's right.
Raise it for the heat.
That's right.
That's right. You mind, Papa Kashad?
Okay, you got it.
I typed in
Okay.
just via Google, Google definition of the definition of critical
That's a
thinking.
spirit, bro.
Did you also? That's a spirit, but that probably has a better definition.
Which, hey, read it, bro. You got it.
Okay.
However you want to do
What's
it.
critical thinking?
Yeah,
Hey, that's
I'll read the word.
Critical thinking.
Okay, I'll get the word critical thinking via Google. It says the objective analysis and evaluation of an issue in order to form a judgment.
That's
Yep.
See? Hey, we're in a time where when the scriptures say spiritual men judge all things,
That's right.
we're in a time where the Lord is going to make us formulate a judgment based on these life-altering events that we're getting ready to encounter. Okay. So the Lord is going to put everybody to the test. We're going to see how much you Christians love the Lord.
Right. Right.
That's right.
We're going to see how much you Muslims love Muhammad and Allah.
Right.
We're going to see, because you're going to face life-altering events that's going to make you or force you to critically think what Allah would do or what Christianity would do.
That's right.
And a lot of you still, even though these are false religions, you're still not going to hold yourself to the principles of those religions.
Right.
Because even though they are false religions, these religions still are not going to tell you to do what you're about to do.
Because they're not true believers of their religion because they ain't never been tested for their religion.
Exactly.
Their religions have no major life-altering event written in them. There's no prophecy of bad times.
These other religions don't make you think critically. They don't make you criticize yourself.
That's right.
Let me finish this. I got two more verses on
You gotta hit these criticals real quick.
Okay, yeah, this is the definition of the word critical via the online etymology dictionary. It says from the 1580s, censorious, inclined to find fault, from critical sense of importance.
So it says inclined to find fault. What does a critic do when he go to the movies?
Right.
Ebert and Roper.
Yeah.
He don't go there to be like, oh, that was a fucking amazing movie.
Right.
He goes in that movie to find fault.
Yeah.
That's right.
He goes in there to be like, that was a horrible movie.
Scrutinize.
To the point to where he's like, if it's a good movie, he's like, this is an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It's like
it really is.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Right.
He don't go to be like, oh, you are an amazing cook. He goes to tell you everything you did wrong.
Right.
So when these times, these life altering moments come, it's because the Lord is going to criticize you and judge you based on the decisions that you make.
Right.
Because the Lord ain't coming back to be like, oh, he's coming back to be like, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up, you did right, you get delivered.
Yeah.
Okay? So we're in very, very defining moments of our life.
That's right.
And that's in this truth, bro. We've been going through spiritual boot camp. You know, since you came in this truth.
Uh-huh.
So you've been training spiritually.
Yep.
Not physically, spiritually. Even though you go through things physically.
Uh-huh.
You know, you have some things that you deal with on the physical level, but how you handle the physical thing is based off your spirituality. How you spiritually handle whatever you're going through physically. So the Most High that's why Isaiah 33:6 is there.
Yeah.
Because you've been trained. The Most High is gonna, like your brother said earlier, bro. Everybody's gonna get tried.
Everybody.
So who's gonna pass?
Yeah.
Those who've been getting spiritually trained.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
You got a quick one. If I can squeeze in there. Well,
I'm gonna finish up and you got it,
bro.
brother. The last little bit it says sense of important or essential for determining is from 1600s. It says originally in medicine meaning of the nature of a crisis in a condition of extreme doubt or danger.
Well, we were told don't doubt. We were told not to doubt.
Right.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Second of the
Yeah, it
1600s.
says don't doubt. What did it say?
Be ye not afraid, not to doubt, for the Most High is your God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
See how much you show like God.
Yeah, that
And
he's
he
a
also
guide to them
put up all
and
the-
diligently seeking.
That's
Yeah.
right.
and he also give you all those scriptures about your company.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
It also says having the knowledge, ability, or discernment to pass judgment.
Mm.
You know,
So
so
be critical.
yeah, so these life altering moments
Right.
is what's going to define us as a man, or
Yeah.
as a servant of the Lord. It's going to define you as a brother. It's
Mm.
going to define you as a warrior. It's going to define you as a prophet.
Yeah.
It's going to define you as a leader, as a servant, man.
Mhm.
It's going to define the very essence of who you are and why you exist by the decisions that you make.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very, very, very important time to be locked into the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's life about to change, from our parents to our old teachers to friends,
Yeah.
okay, to even the women that we attached with.
Yeah.
Okay? They don't have to be locked in, man, because if they ain't locked in, the Lord gonna put the spirit on us to get rid of them, man.
Yeah.
Kids, everybody's gonna have to be locked in to the spirit.
Mhm.
And that's just the simple fact of the matter, man. But y'all bros got it.
He had a quick.
Yeah,
Quick one.
Is yours?
Slide in there.
You still in that where you at, Carl? Yeah,
Second
yeah. So hold that.
Just a quick one going to basically people making choices. It's Jeremiah 8:3. And death shall be chosen rather than life.
Mhm.
Majority of the people gonna choose that broad way, which is the way to death, man.
That's right.
When we taking the straight gate, which is the way to life.
That's right.
Just keep it simple.
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
It says, by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts.
That's right. That's right. He's not gonna save you guys out of this. He ain't gonna use his spirit to give you all the right answers, like he's
That's
gonna
right.
give the elect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have to go back, right?
Peter, this is finishing off 2 Corinthians 14 and 17. It says, look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
And it's funny you brought that back with the point I was gonna make a second ago. We were talking about wisdom, how you're gonna need wisdom to be able to take care of this, right? So it says what? It said the very true beginning of wisdom is the desire of discipline. What is discipline? It shows you where your boundaries are. So you won't be even making those other decisions.
Right.
You know, off into another a wrong way, so to speak. You'll be disciplined to know that this is my only option is this. Okay, the Most High does it like that. He has it to where you have limited options.
Right.
You know, to make the right choice.
I got one more verse. It says, for the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. Which means it's going to be more bad times. And I want to add something to it, because even though there's bad times, things coming, and decisions are going to be made, I want to read this scripture right quick.
These life-changing, altering events.
That's right.
You know,
Because
because bad
what-
time we're talking about.
So like if I could just chime in real fast, speaking on those those life altering changing events, dealing with these people who've been getting, inoculated. All right, you have people who tongue have swollen up, people who's gotten, the Bell's palsy, the facial
Drop dead.
paralysis, drop dead.
Tiffany Dover.
Yeah, Tiffany Dover, amongst many others. He had Jerusalem Post also an 88-year-old guy who also dropped dead 2 hours after receiving the injection. These are life-changing events, and the fact that your employers, your jobs are going to present you with the ultimatum of, do you want to work, or you're gonna take this here, vaccine.
They making bad decisions.
Straight up.
These life-changing events is either you make good decisions or bad decisions. That's all about like if you look at the stock market, when the stock change, you know, you got to make a good decision or you got to make a bad decision.
Timing, whether it's on timing,
Yep.
how much or whatever.
Because it changes. It's known as a volatile market. So you got to be on point with your decision making. Those are the most successful investors. Is those that make good decisions, man. Even in game management situations.
Don't say that.
You know,
You
game
can make
management.
You can make those the more efficient changes.
Yeah, because the game changes. The momentum changes to where it goes from you got a 12-minute or 15-minute quarter in football to you down to 2 minutes. Now the game is tied. Now you got to make game-changing decisions. Okay, because the game changed, it altered. Okay, so now the best players were always the players that made good decisions when the pressure was on, man.
Right.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, what's his name? Even before Muhammad Ali, you know, Tom Brady. Okay, they made great decisions when it counted, man. And that's what's going to separate the election of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai from just an average dude. Because average people are going to make decisions based on their emotions and based on if they can get instant gratification. Rather than an investor is going to make a decision on long-term benefits. He might lose at the moment, but he know that on the back end. Okay? When you go into record deals and record labels of these different companies like Atlantic and Def Jam, if you take the more money you take up front, is the worst deals.
The less you get on the back.
The less you get on the back end.
For
But
the
if
sales.
you take 20,000 or 15,000 or 25,000, but you got 100,000 budget, but they giving you 15 or 20 for your pocket, and your back end is gonna be greater than your front end.
Like
But you got a lot of guys, they look for the deals on the front end, but they back end all going to the record label. So that's like us. We made a decision to receive on the back end.
Yep.
Because we getting little to nothing on this side because why?
We taking a loss on this.
We taking a loss.
We
Right.
sacrifice
Give up
on
our
this.
life.
Sacrifice. That's not how
we
I
counted
say.
our
Give
loss
our
for
life.
Yahweh Shai said.
Yeah.
Bro, just to time in what
That
you
I may
said.
win the kingdom.
Bro, the time in what you said, bro. That's the Master P deal.
Yep.
From Priority
Yeah.
Records.
Yeah.
They took the 85%. Well, Ice Cube and I think it was
15.
Tupac and all. They took the 15% up front.
Yeah.
When they sold the record sold, they was taking 15%. The record label was taking 85% of each sale. And you go platinum, they taking 85% of 1,000,000 sales.
Yeah.
Because he had ownership. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's what Jake is trying to push now. Like, oh yeah, ownership. You gotta own.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Esau, well, that's what a sellout is. You know
Yeah,
I'm
that's what a
saying?
sellout
A
is.
sellout is some, the talking about the labels, is people that go get the quick bag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then on the back end,
Mhm.
the record label got your masters.
And they belong to Esau.
And then they trying to buy it. They trying to like, I gotta get my masters back. Well, you made a bad decision.
Right.
Then it-
Jump.
then
And
you try
and
to
also
get
Master
your
P.
yeah.
I was gonna say he
Yeah.
signed that for all his artists that was under no limit.
Mhm.
They got that deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really like either you belong to Esau, you either gonna belong to Esau and his corporation and you know what I'm saying, you gotta basically bend over, so to speak, or you're gonna have ownership. And we trying to have ownership. We want ownership under Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And then also on that whole tip, Esau was trying to tell him that you're not known. Nobody gonna know you. You're not gonna be out there. But he was smart enough to know like you signed me.
Right.
That means if you like me, my own people gonna like me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go platinum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I wanted to bring out this point, bro. It's beautiful that you said that because all this stuff that's gonna be happening, the Most High gonna do this for the men of the Lord. This is Joshua 3:7. It says, "And the Lord said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so will I be with thee."
Right.
So the Most High is going to magnify his men. That's how do you think that Isaiah 4:1 is going to happen?
Yeah.
How is these women going to 7 women, which is a complete number, however many women that's gonna be, is gonna want to join herself to this man,
Right.
because the Most High gonna magnify that man. Meaning, get that man out of shit he ain't getting other people out of.
Yeah.
People are gonna be dying by certain things while these men are surviving.
You still holding on First Peter
I
also.
still got that, bro.
Yeah, kind
I want to jump to
Nah, you got it.
this other quick one because everything the Most High say he gonna do, he does.
That's right. And the Lord, it tells you that he rode. Well, it say he rode upon a white horse, and it said his name was faithful and true.
Right.
Hey, the Lord ain't. Hey, even though the Lord requires us to have faith, the reason why He requires us to have faith is because He got faith.
Right. Because
He
he's
was the
gonna
first-
do. If I told you I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, because He's faithful.
That's it.
He's faithful to those that believe in Him. So He's not gonna tell you, "Hey, have faith in me," just to let you down. He's the one that gave you faith so that He can show you that He's faithful. So we in a time, if we make the right decisions in the Spirit, the Lord is faithful to do what's written. And these life-changing moments is going to test the integrity not only of the individual, but of the whole planet Earth. Even the elite ruling class of the Edomites, their integrity is about to be tested.
Hey, bro, you said make the right decision. The right decision is being made now.
Yep,
Serve him now.
that's right.
Because when all this happened, it's gonna be
The
back it's gonna be what you got. How much spiritual treasure you got?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna get you out of all the things that the Most High is placing on the earth.
Wisdom and knowledge.
And all the
You got
get
it.
these quick, bro. This is the back to Bishop is Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth; it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper into whereto I sent it.
Yeah.
So everything he said he's going to do for his servants, and the whole fillet, he's going to do it. And I just want to read, go back to real quick.
Yeah, which
Go back to Joshua.
the Lord said, it shall not return unto me void. So all the prophecies are going to come to pass. It's not
That's
gonna, it's not going to be in vain.
That's
What the Lord speaks in these times, He's gonna do it, man. It's gonna manifest. It's gonna, man, in a big way.
Right.
You got it, bro.
And then while those part of those prophecies are manifesting, is the Most High making way for His servants to escape out of the tribulation, the trials, all the stuff all the evil and bad times. And this is Joshua 4:14, because I just read Joshua 3:7, how he was gonna magnify Moses. Magnify Joshua the same way he magnified Moses, and you got to understand that they represent the hopeful elect. Those men are back now. So this is Joshua 4:14. On that day, the Lord magnified Joshua in the sight of all Israel, that they feared him as they feared Moses all the days of his life. So he said he was going to do it, and he did it.
That's right.
So we have to just believe that he said he's going to protect us. He said he's going to protect every hair on your head. He said he's going to protect your whole house. If you got 10 kids, you need not worry about neither one of them.
Yep.
Faith.
That's the faith of it, man. And that's why going back to the topic of the lesson is prepare your mind for life altering events. So when you prepare your mind for life altering events, you already put in your mind, how would you deal with if you would try with the chip? How would you deal with if you saw Leviathan? How would you deal with these situations when they present themselves, because we know that they're coming? That's how you prepare your mind for temptation.
Yeah.
All right, you put yourself in that scenario before you're in that scenario, and then you basically have a mock trial in your own mind.
Yeah.
rehearsal of what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I'll be in the shower, bro.
I ain't
Not to
taking
get all intimate and shit, but you be in the shower, think about it,
Bro.
and you be in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just be thinking about how you would react to that situation. You got it, bro.
Just real quick, since you said that, it's First Peter's 1:13. This is and I got a footnote after that. It says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua. Now in my Bible, for the where it says gird the loins of your mind, footnote it says prepare your mind for action.
Bro, you
Come on, man. Hey, bro, you gotta basically think about everything that's written, and you have to literally have an imagination to put yourself in that scenario and what you would do when you try, because you understand that everything is written is going to be accomplished, that it's not going to go out void.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means that eventually I may have to go into the situation. So let me ponder on myself being in the situation and what would I do. That's how you prepare your mind.
Like the elder said, we basically like in a training simulation. So everything we be training, that's what's going to actually be put to use.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes me personally, the most I made me think so heavy, so hard in a situation I'll be in that I have to just yank myself out that situation.
Yes, all the time, bro.
He makes you know that you need him, bro.
Yes.
Man, I can't get through that shit.
That's
Like, no way. But not without him.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's heavy, bro.
That's some heavy
Sometimes
shit,
you
bro.
get lost into the preparation.
Right.
You know that when you got to snap out like
Yeah,
damn.
snap out
Sometimes
that
you'll be
situation,
thinking
bro.
like, yo, you was really in that situation. Because your mind is just so fixated on what would I do, how would I respond
Right.
if I was sent to a concentration camp.
And the scripture
What would I do if I was on that torture seat?
Yep.
You know, what would I do if my family was in the courtroom and they put a relative on the stand? What preparing your mind for life altering events is going into the prophecies, man.
And the scriptures say, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You know, so hey, that's a spirit. Yeah, brother can grab it. I think the brother Shemot got a piece.
Let's let the young brother get in there, man. Yeah, let's get in this thing, man. Spirit working.
This is Isaiah 33 verse 18. Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?
Yeah. Hey, break it down. You got it.
Yeah. Just like the brothers going into, you visualize it. You know, your mind. We serving the Lord. You know, it's not gonna be all fun and games like the brother mentioned earlier in the video with Acts 14 and 22. We know through much tribulation we're gonna enter into the kingdom. So it's not gonna be. You're not just gonna smooth walk through Jacob's trouble. You know, so we gotta think upon these things, man.
That's right. Hey, because we gonna be faced with terrible situations. Think about Daniel in the lion's den. That was a terrible situation to see lions. Okay, you in an entrapment with lions because you quote unquote rebelled against, the establishment. Exactly. So these are the mentality that we gotta have going into we know the Lord gonna change it up. Okay, we know the Lord is a mover and a shaker, man. He's always changed kingdoms. He's changed rulers. He's changed, deities. The Lord has changed it up. He even changed the way he judged the world. Go from water to fire. So the Lord is all about, switching up the board. But him as his character and himself, he never changes.
That's right.
So with us understanding that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is on the way back, and that there's going to be a plethora of tests and scenarios that he's going to come and throw at us, we have to prepare our mind for these life-altering events. Let's say a quote-unquote relative or a close relative till you die. You got to prepare your mind for that. Oh, shit. But you also got to prepare your mind to do what the scriptures say.
That's right.
Okay? Now that's where you got to think in the spirit. Okay? Hey, what did Elijah do? What did Elijah do? He ran into a situation where somebody came to him about somebody that died, and he was put in a position to broadcast his faith. Okay, that's where we're going with this thing. We're being placed and put in very uncomfortable decisions so that faith can be broadcasted, which is why, and I'm not to be long-winded, but Yahushua said, when I come, shall I find faith on the earth? And the answer to that is yes. Because, and how is faith going to be found on the earth? When brothers perform miracles, wonders, and effects through their faith. Because you're going to be placed in a decision or in a scenario where the only thing that you're going to be able to do to get out of this scenario is going to be a miracle.
Yeah.
And it's going to come through your faith. You know?
This makes sense.
This is real fast. It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 18. Start at 17. It says, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in the synagogues, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake."
And we can easily sit here and hypothesize what we're gonna do.
Right. Right.
You know, it's easy.
Right.
Everybody on earth can do that. If you this crosses your mind, you can hypothesize what you're gonna do. Go ahead, bro.
It says, "For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak."
Yeah, because if you sitting there worried about what you're gonna say, what they gonna do
Right.
about what you're gonna say, you already fucking up.
That's right.
But if you know what, you know, if your faith is on, man, no matter what they do, man, I ain't turning my back.
I ain't
on y'all.
budging.
I ain't budging on my belief. I ain't changing on this. I ain't
Yeah.
switching up. If you stick with like they did, we read about the Maccabees. Was that last camp before?
Yeah.
We're talking about the time of the Maccabees where Eleazar made the decision, like, man, just kill us. We ain't gonna change up. So you have to have your mind ready on that. If you're already in the spirit with that, then he gonna put what's in your mind, what's in your spirit to be said.
Yeah.
And he gonna have you answer the righteous answers that that's gonna bug them people out.
Mm-hmm.
But they may be like, man, put him in a cell. We might have to ask him some questions later.
Yeah.
They'll go back to get you later, and then you be gone out the
That's
cell.
right.
You
Be
be
gone.
You done had examples of that in the scriptures. So
Yeah.
Yeah, angels break you out.
Right.
It says, verse 20, "For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child."
what you gonna do if your own family dime you out?
Straight up.
You know, how you gonna react to that?
Right.
What kind of decision you gonna make on that?
Look at your house shot.
Yeah.
He on the cross, and he looking at his people. Say, "Give me Barabbas."
Kind.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that feeling. You know he got that feeling.
Yeah.
You know, but he had to go through with it.
Yeah.
You know, he had to go through with it. So we're and not to cut you off, but we're coming into a time where our life is going to change.
Yeah.
It's going to change, man. You're not going to be able to clock in and clock out. You're not going to be able to just casually walk into a store and get the food that you desire at that moment.
That's right.
You may crave a burger. You ain't going to be able to go get that.
Right.
So when we're faced with these obstacles and we're faced with these moments, what man are you? That's what really defines the man and the character that you are. When you make decisions under pressure, and when you make the right decisions under pressure, that tells you everything. That's going to tell the Lord everything He needs to know. Which is why we said prepare your mind for it, man. Get into these scriptures, man. Okay, don't forsake reading, because you might have read the whole roll. Okay, read it again. Keep studying. Keep putting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding within you. Hey, watch them videos, man. Link up with the bros in fellowship, man.
Yeah.
You know,
First works.
yeah, the water. The water is one of the first works. You know, lock into the Spirit, because we're gonna need that Holy Spirit that's guiding us now. We're gonna definitely need that in the time where our lives change, man.
Yeah.
You may be separated with your family,
Yeah.
but does that mean that you won't see them again? You might be separated for a moment, but you got to make good decisions through the Spirit so that the Lord can join you back.
That's the spirit, bro. Because I was reading the book of Tobit today, and you know how Tobit, he was going around burying the Israelites,
Yep,
and they exiled him.
they exiled him.
But he stayed true to the Al-Bashim al-Shah. He was brought back to his family.
Yep, he was brought back.
Yeah.
So what happens when let's say you separated from your daughter or you separated from your sons? You said, you in one concentration camp, they in another concentration camp.
Yeah.
What type of man are you, man? What type of individual are you? Where does your faith lie? This is where Yahweh Shem Shai is speaking to us in the Spirit. Prepare your minds and gird up your minds, because everybody's life is about to change, man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And bro, it's so critical because how you act in that situation determines what they go through.
Yeah.
So if you fall, they fall.
If
You
you
know
know,
strong, they'll be protected.
I was just gonna say, I think about it like, if you do what you're supposed to do, they over there doing what they supposed to do to make it work through the Spirit. But if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, they ain't gonna be sitting there waiting on you. You know, like
Right.
they ready. They daddy's supposed to be here, and daddy ain't there because daddy didn't stay on the course. You know, everybody
gotta
needs to be in
keep
their
the
spot
faith.
that they're supposed to be in. And that
Because Lord willing, we the men of the Lord, you might not see your children until you in the chariot with your children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wow.
Exactly. So this is the type of change that the Lord is, and the Lord know what makes you comfortable too. So he's gonna do everything to get you out that comfortable position so that you can make a decision.
That's right.
Okay? Because it's easy for somebody to throw a Hail Mary and you up by 50 points.
Right.
Yeah,
Like-
it's different when the game online.
You winning, you threw a Hail Mary, okay. Okay, but what happens when you make a great call with 2 minutes left and you down by 5? And you make a decision that changed the game, that won your team the game. Okay? You did an audible, changed up the play, and you made a play that benefited the people around you. That's what make you great, man.
Yeah.
Your decision making.
The brother Ayasha Mob from Memphis camp, Mississippi camp. But he always said, hey, sometimes you gotta make a play.
You gotta make a
You
play.
gotta make a play. You gotta make it happen.
You can't be scared to make the play.
No, you gotta trust in your faith and your training to get you through those moments.
Right,
You know? I want the brother to finish what he had.
Matthew 10:21, it says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the children the father, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. All right, verse 22, and he shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved.
Endure to the end.
Right, and those times that we're heading into of being hated by all men, family, friends, loved ones, work associates, you know, we're gonna be hated. You know what I'm saying? People might have wanted posters up, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You know, you gotta prepare your mind for these type of mind changing events because like the brother mentioned, you ain't gonna be, you know, just clocking in and going home. That, you know, those days are pretty much, you know what I'm saying, almost over, man. You know?
Are we 34?
Okay, you said verse 34? Okay, Matthew 10, jumping down to verse 34, it says,
Yeah.
think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not
Because the comfort is
That's
that
it.
peace that everybody.
Yeah.
You got it.
Good.
it says, I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. Because the
Exactly.
Most High, that's what's coming. The Most High is gonna bring us forward, and you're gonna, like the brother said, you're gonna have to make decisions. You're gonna have to make decisions upon that. The Most High, the Lord, the division is the Most High dividing the ones He's gonna punish versus the ones He's gonna save.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, I got
Yeah.
some. I got you good. Okay. Sirach, chapter 11. I'm gonna start off at 25. It says, "In the day of prosperity,
Mhm.
there's a forgetfulness of affliction." A lot
That's a
of
good
people
one.
forgot about affliction right now, right? Said because you're comfortable, you settled on your
The
knees.
bag.
Yep.
That's right. You thinking you're moving into more prosperous time. We got Biden in there, and Kamala
Right,
Harris.
right,
They about to turn
right.
this around.
Right.
Stimulus is on the way.
Yeah.
You know.
Think this ought to be in a good case.
There it is.
Yeah,
man.
visuals. Yeah,
That's
visuals.
that. This is really quoting that one out, right?
Yeah, guy, yeah.
It says, and in the day of affliction, there's no more remembrance of prosperity. It's a change.
Quick.
So when the day of affliction comes, you ain't gonna remember how you used to do things, how comfortable you was. You gotta make that life altering decision now to
Yeah.
what you're gonna do to the life altering events that are now happening.
Yeah.
And that's the day of affliction.
That's right.
That's right.
Like
Yeah,
little
because,
moments.
because you know, your life is all about moments. It's all about, you know, in the moment.
Yeah.
So that's what it's basically, that's what it's saying. It's like, you know, your current situation. If your current situation turn around, let's say any of us, our bank account get hit.
Yeah.
Which that recently
and,
happened to me.
you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we just finished. Your current situation, you're not thinking about. You just had. You're not thinking about. Oh yeah, I just had. You know, some money in my account. The current situation is, yo, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did change at that very moment.
That's true.
Exactly.
You know.
There's a little more on
Yeah.
there.
You
Sorry, let me just hit it real quick. It says, for it is an easy thing unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. Right? And we're trying to be in the day of death when we're approached by death that we made it through. And that's, I'll quote it, bro. Don't worry about that First Peter.
It's from Karatazar, but you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Cal. It says, yeah, we got to hit the precepts on it.
Yeah.
It says, verse 27, it says, well, I want to quote that First Peter. The First Peter will say, that we be partakers of Yahweh's sufferings.
That's right.
It says, if the righteous scarcely be saved. You know, because we gonna only be saved, but scarcely. But we got our minds right to what's coming. Lord, will the will of the elect, of course.
Yeah.
So what's the difference when you people when these life-changing events come?
And that word,
You ain't even worried of it. You ain't even acknowledging that's coming.
yeah, and that word scarcely means what, bro?
Yeah, we look it up in the Greek. It means almost not.
Hardly.
Basically,
Almost
it's
not.
basically by the skin of our teeth.
Bro, it might be 1 inch. The missile is 1 inch away from the ground, and then you just get.
But you know what was crazy? We always say this is the most sized movie. That makes a good movie.
It does.
You ever watch
A narrow escape.
Good thriller is always like, oh dang man, dang. You always like, dang, you gonna die?
Right.
That makes a good movie.
Yeah, 'cause
Ezekiel say that he gonna bring the 1/3 through the fire,
Yeah.
which means it's gonna hit.
Yeah.
He
everybody
still
gonna
bring
be
you
on
through the fire. That don't mean you gonna feel it.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, I wanted to get you. Oh, yeah.
This last verse, 27 says, the affliction of an hour maketh the man forget pleasure, and in his end, his deeds shall be discovered.
Hey, that's the spirit, because that's what the brother, the elder Karatazar had on the comment board that I wanted to get. Hey, shalom to that elder too. Y'all yeah, hey, you know, hey, everybody on the comment board. Hey, but it says the affliction of an hour maketh the man forget pleasure. So, hey, man, when you in them crunch time moments, you ain't thinking about when you blew out a team yesterday.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you ain't thinking about that. You thinking about that present moment. Well, we down 15 points, and it's crunch time. We gotta play.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how it's gonna be in the time of trouble. You ain't gonna be thinking, you know, all hell breaking loose, and you gonna be sitting around. Yeah, man, I used to fuck with this one hoe, man. Man, I tell you, man, back in high school, man, it was legendary, man.
And
Nah.
when you say the movie Dead Presidents, right? He goes, man, you got a baby girl. So, man, I can't think about that shit. I deal with that when I get
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
The only thing I can think about is what I'm going through right here.
Hey, it'll throw you off. It's a movie called Act of Valor, right?
Yeah.
And before they went to war, it was a brigade, and they had a conversation. They was about 6 or 7 deep. He said, "Men, before we leave, make sure your family in order. Make sure your finances in order. Go hug your wife, kiss your wife, make sure she happy. Make sure that everything is taken care of. So when we out on that battlefield, you ain't thinking about it. Okay? You focused on the task at hand. So that's why the scriptures say, prepare thy house. Okay? Get your situations in order. So that way, when all hell break loose, all right, we focused on finishing the course, man. All right? Having that, your eye single, having that tunnel vision, and doing what it takes to finish this last leg of the race. Because the last leg of the race is not how you start. It's how you finish it, man.
Right.
You know?
If I may say, there's a quote, since we're talking about, there's a quote that says, I don't know who it was from, but it says, growth is uncomfortable because you've never been here before.
Yeah.
So when we're going through Jacob's, we haven't experienced it yet.
Right.
So that Jacob's struggle is going to be a growing for us.
Yeah.
And also we're talking about the situations that we put ourselves in and preparing us. You gotta be prepared in your mind to actually have spiritual power.
You have to think about
Other
it.
than
Right.
I know we thinking a lot about being tortured and losing our friend. Well, prepare your mind to heal somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't prepared in the mind to actually accomplish a task like that.
Well, we saw that with
Right.
the December 21st fiasco,
Yeah.
which that was a failure. And that's another lesson for another time.
Right.
Okay? But we saw the intentions of people if they were to get power. The first thing they wanted to do was go get their ops.
Yeah.
They wanted to get revenge on their baby mama. They wanted to go rob a bank.
Yeah.
And they had ill intentions and malicious in their mind. All right, so they're not thinking of the things that the Lord and Savior thought about when He received power, man.
Yeah.
Or the apostles and disciples.
Mhm.
So that was a test. That was a test to niggas, man.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, nothing is done in vain. You
That's
know.
why they ain't gonna get it.
That's why they didn't get it. December 21st came. Nigga woke up. Nigga found his work boots and his badge and went to goddamn work. The only power that he had was the purchasing power of 10 on pump 5 to get to work.
Yeah, it's heavy. You know, it's ironic too because you know, look, it's almost like a pump fake. It's almost like a pump fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like niggas think they get power, but then oh shit, you know, 2021, the elect actually gets power. No, they gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta. I think you had something.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be who they least expect. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wisdom of Solomon 5th chapter coming, man. May I, Baba Kusha, I got a quick one. This is 2nd Ezra 7:20. It says, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of Yahweh Shemel Shah that is set before them." It says, "For Yahweh hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came and what they should observe to avoid punishment." So, you know, he's giving them an ultimatum. You know, what comes to mind, and I had lined up also Deuteronomy 30:19. You know, it talks about the Lord, he set before them life and death, a blessing and a cursing. You know, he said, "Therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live," man. You know, so as the brothers, you know, so we were speaking about in this lesson about how, you know, you're gonna have to make a decision. You know, it's gonna come down to it in the very near future, man.
Yeah.
All right. It says, verse 22, "Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things." That's why he's having videos coming out now. You know, these different instances about people, you know, getting inoculated, taking the vaccine, and regretting it shortly after.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they put their trust in the wrong thing, in the wrong person, man. Okay.
That's right. Hey, that's why all trust needs to be filtered and channeled into Yahweh Bashim Shai in these times, man.
That's
And
it.
the Lord, He like the path of our feet, man. He's going to guide us and direct us, and ultimately, the Lord is going to put the Spirit on us to make these decisions in these life-altering moments. He's the coach. You know, it's like the coach in your headphones on the field.
Yeah.
You know, or if you go, you know, after the first round when you go to the corner and he tells you, "Look, you want to get your jab.
Yeah.
You're going to get jabbed."
Yeah.
That's your house shot.
Yeah.
He's going to be giving us the inclination on what to do and the decisions to make.
It's like
And at time, it's just up to us to actually follow the Spirit and make those decisions. And I know the elder, you wanted to bring something out?
No, I just want I rush out to read 25.
Okay. Go down to 25 or jump down to it?
No, read all the way down.
Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, and I will bring verse 21 again. It says, "For the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shah hath given straight commandment to such as came what they should do to live, even as they came and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not and knew not his ways."
Yeah, you know, is the wickedness that these people are doing out there is nothing more than them deceiving themselves. The scriptures say in Galatians the 6th chapter, it says, "He that deceiveth himself is nothing."
Yep.
Okay? So majority of these people out here that's trusting in America, they trusting in the stimulus package, okay? They trusting in the SBA loans, and they trusting in, you know, degrees, and they trusting in, you know, the whole system.
If I can hop in real quick, you know, these church these Christians say, "God know my heart." They be the main ones that got wickedness on their mind.
Main ones.
They the main ones that go up to it. That don't know the real mind of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Yep, they say
Why
God.
they gonna punish them?
They say God know my heart.
Right.
Yeah,
That's an excuse to keep doing it again.
Right.
yeah, He know your heart, all right. He know he say he know you a no good nigga.
That's
They
right.
smoking his nose.
Smoking
You
the
got more, right?
Yeah.
Brother,
Big ass.
2nd Ezra 7:24, "But his law have they despised and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful and have not performed his works. And therefore Ezra, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things."
Yeah, for the empty, because hey, you know, Jake is empty, man. You know, you look at their conversations. You know, oh well, that goes back to the 5 virgins too. It said they had no oil; they were empty.
I was gonna use a spiritual
You know,
bank
yeah.
account.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
about to say that, bro. They spilled the bacon out
I
here.
got a precept too.
One more, you got
Okay,
it, if
okay,
you don't
fine.
mind, Baba Kashab. Revelation 3:17, and this was really for what you said. It says, because thou sayest I am rich, and the brother mentioned the SBA loans, the PUA, you know, they got these different benefits from, you know, Esau. It says, because thou sayest I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked, because they don't have anything built up in their spiritual bank account. It's for these times that's to come.
And you need it.
Yeah.
And I want the 15th verse and 16th verse. I'm gonna just run through it real quick so we can get to those other precepts. But that was the decision. It said, because I know thy work. If you could just
Read it. Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Yeah, you ain't made a decision. You in the middle playing games. That's the wrong place to be at. That's the worst place to be.
Straddling the fence.
Straddling the fence. Most High don't get you. Boy.
I would thou wert cold or hot.
So when the brother said 2021, you're gonna have to make a decision. You're gonna have to pick a decision. If I'm gonna be ice cold and I'm gonna just hop in with the beast, or I'm gonna be hot on fire and be on point where you have about Shemi Al-Shai.
That's right.
It says, so then because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yeah. It's not time to be playing games. You're gonna have to make a decision, and you're gonna make that cold decision or that lukewarm decision because what did it say? Because thou art wretched is the word I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because he said, you know, it's not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Yep. You without the spirit and the wisdom and the real riches
Right.
to be all about Shemi Al-Shai.
Hey, if I may say, the elements of any scenario is what truly tests your decision making. You know, just think about it, man. Yeah, you know, when the cold time, when the winter time come, a lot of camps they don't go out.
That's right.
You know, so the Lord gonna change up the elements, man.
That's right.
All right, He gonna put you in certain climates, in certain situations, physically and spiritually. That's where you ain't even gonna be able to fake the funk, man. See, it's cool to be an Israelite right now. You can wear the armbands, you can wear the leather, you can wear the spikes, you can wear the studs, and you know it looks good. But what does all that mean if you don't have faith when your ass in a concentration camp? What does that mean when you can't resist the chip? What does that mean when your life is in danger and they telling you to denounce Yahweh Shema Al-Shai? What does that mean at that very defining moment on what you quote unquote stood for? Okay? See, the climate is going to change, man. The elements are going to change, man.
In the spirit, let me say this, bro.
Absolutely.
In the spiritual, like all those you made mention of those camps that don't go out in the winter. The scriptures say, "Pray not that your flight takes
Place
some
in the winter.
Right. All you dudes don't know that the temperature could really be in the 50s, but the Most High got it to you. You feeling like it's in the 20s.
In the 20s, yeah.
He can turn it up like that on you. Like the Most High can do things individually to you dudes.
Yes, that's
That'll
right.
affect you. That's not affecting other people.
Yeah.
Because you were supposed to be serving Him.
Because the Lord can change this thing up, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And He's going to change it up, man. Everybody's not going to be, because like I said, going back into the beginning of the lesson, you know, it's quote unquote cool to make a decision when you ain't under pressure. You can hide under that. You can act like, yeah, that's I always do this. But you really the person who you really are and what you really stand for is when you try and you're tested at your lowest moment, and you still stand and abide by those principles, man. Okay? And a lot of people gonna throw the scriptures out the window in these life-altering events, man. Okay? Yeah, you can hold that on deck. Baba Kushai, bro. You know? Because we about to experience a global shift. Globally, not just nationally, man. Alright? Everybody is going to try to incorporate this mark into their country. Okay? That's why it's called the mark of the beast. The beast being NATO, okay, and the EU. Alright? The beast being NATO, the 7 heads, alright, being the 7 Edomite countries, and the 10 horns being the EU. Okay? That's that mark is coming from that beast. And that beast is being controlled by a beautiful woman, which is America, a whore. Okay? So that mark that's going to come is going to come from that alliance. Not just from America. It's going to come from any country that's a part of that alliance. Okay? So everybody in different areas and different land masses is going to be tried on a high level.
Right.
And you're gonna have certain Israelite foreigners that's gonna resist this thing and they're gonna get delivered.
Yeah.
And you seeing right now, you got certain people out here looking like straight up Edomites, okay, Republicans and everything, but they like, man, fuck the vax, fuck the mask, and fuck the chip.
Yeah. Well, in Europe right now, in Europe, a lot of them are bucking up against the vaccine already.
Yes.
Europe is very, they're anti the establishment.
The only ones that's really, pro-vax and pro-chip is you highly melanated niggas.
Yeah, Americans.
Some of you melanated individuals out here got demons on you.
Mhm.
Okay? You got that melanated energy. Okay? Well, the Lord ain't dealing with melanation. Okay? The how about Shema Shai is dealing with the upright spirit.
That's
Okay?
Right.
He's dealing with the elect. Okay? A lot of you melanated beings, okay?
You gotta call them that.
Yeah, because that's what they call themselves.
That's what they call it.
Saged out,
Right.
okay, holistic,
Right.
warm, they catch an attitude if you drink warm water. Cold water.
Right.
They want you to drink warm water.
Room temperature.
Yeah, lemons. Why you ain't got lemon?
Dr.
You
Dr.
individuals
Lamar.
like that,
Right.
you gonna be the ones that take the chip.
Right.
All of you sage, Palo Santo,
Shea butter rub.
yeah, shea butter.
Now we're not saying don't use it, but y'all put y'all trust in those things.
Right.
Taking a
Yeah.
million herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We use those things in wisdom
Yeah.
because it's good for you,
Yeah.
but we use it according to the spirit of Yahweh. That's where our faith lies at in Him.
That's right.
Not in
That's
those other
right.
things. Not because I'm deep all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, that's that whole.
Not because Erica Badu
Yeah.
said to do some shit.
Yeah.
That's that whole Afro culture, man.
Yeah,
You know,
the Afrocentric
you know,
spirit.
They
Afrocentric,
think that
yeah.
the world is centered around being Africanized.
Mhm.
But
Back
no.
to the original man we were.
Yeah, but there's going to be certain individuals that don't have that level of pigmentation of you that's going to get delivered.
And that's
And the
that-
Lord's going to leave your black ass down here in your zones, in zone 3,
Yeah.
getting hit with a nuke.
Right.
Okay, and thinking that you the top dollar on the planet Earth, but the Lord's gonna save an Israelite foreigner, okay, that resists the mark of the beast
Have faith.
and that had faith and received His name.
Hey, we got was that in the Philippines? What's that? Where they was teaching the name?
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
And he was all the way in the spirit with that, right?
Yeah.
And some of y'all still reject the name, like call yourselves Israelites.
Exactly.
So how much more proving what the brother said as by example?
That's right.
I got a precept.
Con, go ahead, bro.
It's
We gonna do some closing precepts too.
It's Luke 6:24, and this is going back to spiritual bank account. Luke 6:24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. And like Bishop Atazwan was saying earlier about the deals, the record deals. Any type of contract. It says, woe, it says, for ye have received your consolation. So you've already received your front end, like the brother
Yeah.
was saying,
Yeah.
So I can read verse 23, I think it is. Say, laugh now, so you shall mourn.
That's
Yeah,
That's
so we're
the
going
next-
to
that's
it.
the
Yeah,
next-
the next
yeah,
verse?
it's the next verse. Yeah, come. I'll keep going. It says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
That's the life changing.
That's a life
Then
changing.
you'll go and you laugh and they think things is funny, so it gets turned up even more on you.
Yeah.
And you ain't gonna be laughing. You gonna
Yeah.
be mourning and weeping.
That's some
because of the
dudes
conditions.
that's flashing all their money on the front end, but then on the back end they trying to sue their record label, and they talking about how they went broke.
Yeah.
Because now when you was supposed to receive your reward, you already got it and you blew it. You ain't get no financial assistance. Nobody told you how to spend your money.
Invest.
Nobody told you to invest.
Right.
Nobody gave you, came and told you how to be financially responsible, man. So you took your front end and you fucked it up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the 2/3 is doing.
Yeah, and what it is power, because really money, the money that Jake get right now, it gives them power.
Yeah.
in Esau's society.
Yeah.
So they're using their power. That's the constellation. That's the pride. The constellations of pride.
If,
So yeah.
well, if I may say, because that word consolation is soles, if I'm saying that right, which means comfort.
Yeah,
So
comfort.
it says
They received their
literally
comfort.
they've received their comfort already,
Right.
and us, we uncomfortable as hell in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, so they received their comfort, and
Yep.
they're
They
not gonna,
good.
like you
They
said,
good.
they're not gonna get that in game, pretty much reward
Yeah.
because they're already in their comfort zone,
They already
Yep.
received it.
and that's why it's about to be changed.
Oh,
It- it-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to forsake your life now and serve the Lord.
That's right.
Because the back end reward is gonna outweigh
Oh, yeah.
you know the what we sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because we really ain't. I mean, to be honest,
Yeah.
we forsook the world and we still be having more shit than niggas.
Right.
I got a quick one. This Romans 8:18. For I reckon
Oh,
that the
that's big.
sufferings
Yeah, that's big.
of this present time
Right.
are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall
Yeah,
be
because we're
revealed in
preparing
us.
ourselves now for the life-changing events.
Yeah.
Okay, we're already in tune with which events are coming. We know what it is. There ain't gonna be no money. There ain't
Yeah.
gonna be no freedom to move around.
Yeah.
You gotta take that chip to participate in society.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know that max is already first.
Yeah.
If you gotta take that,
Yeah.
you know, to move around.
Yeah.
Okay, and even but when you take that, we see what's happening. So we already ahead of the game, knowing not to take that. Basically, what decisions to make when these life-altering events gonna come to the world.
Yeah.
Well, if I may quote something just to land back off you, what's that? Bear the indignation of the Lord.
Yeah, there's indignation.
That's a form of preparation.
Yeah.
When the scriptures talk about Revelation the 14th chapter, where y'all gonna drink the cup of indignation without mixture. You've been taking sips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to take it straight to the head.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be prepared for that.
We know how that belt feel.
That's right.
We know how that belt feel.
That's it.
Yeah. We got more fear.
That's it.
You know.
Hey, but you got certain kids.
Double shots.
You got certain kids where you pop them, you know, because you know that they get it, and then you got certain kids where you go into the suitcase and you pull out the Holy Grail.
Oh, well, you know this kid that this badass.
And ain't no talking.
You know this
Ain't no
badass.
talking, bro.
Hey, you know the badass kids that you whoop them and it don't even really affect them. That's
Yeah,
Jay.
That's Jay. Because you got to go get a larger weapon.
But what it is,
You know?
what it is, the mama wants them, and they become immune to her spanking.
They ain't never had.
Daddy come
A lot of Jakes ain't never had their ass beat
They
by a
about to
man.
get hit by daddy.
That's another thing too, man. A lot of you niggas out here, you never had your ass beat by a masculine figure.
Right.
Because the Lord took that away from you.
Yeah.
Right.
He took your daddy
That's
away, and you don't know what it's like to really be dominated by a male.
Yeah.
But you
Because feelings
gonna
don't be
yeah,
hurt.
and that's mass majority
Yeah.
of our people. They never got disciplined by a male.
Because the women is running everything.
That's right.
Yep.
Most I said he was going to create a new thing in the earth.
Yeah.
A woman shall surpass a man.
Yeah.
So women are the ones who's leading the heads of these families and these households.
Yeah.
Men ain't got the strength, he ain't got the power.
That's right. That's right.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jake don't even know the repercussions and the feeling behind getting a masculine ass whooping. And I'll tell you, the most severe part of a masculine ass whooping is the speech.
Yeah,
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
It's the energy.
A deep voice.
It's the talk. It's the reason why he beating your ass be different than why your mama beat your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
He beating your ass for a good reason.
Yeah.
And that's what Jake don't know. But see, you gonna get the ultimate ass whooping by the creator, which is the ultimate male. And you're gonna feel it. And he's gonna get his point across, man.
Right.
Okay?
Well, that goes
But-
back to
Oh,
I was gonna grab back on something you said the other day when we was talking about my pops, right? We didn't get ass, we got ass whoopings for women, whatever, you know, we got whooped for doing wrong. My dad whooped us for not doing right. You know,
Yeah, he'd ask,
glad back on
what did you do?
He make us figure out what we did wrong.
Like, what did you do?
So that hurt.
What
and then
did
he
you,
told
what
us
should
we
you do?
did.
Yeah.
And that's what we give up.
And that those are the greater lessons.
Yep.
You know, what you should have did right, man.
And another thing, the women of our family was always about threats.
Yep.
It was always a
Idle
whooping of a
threats.
threat.
It was
Oh, didn't give no threats.
Yeah.
He just came in there.
Bad.
He came in there as he coming in. He's taking the belt off,
Yeah.
and he wasn't taking it off for nothing.
Yep.
The women in our family would come in with belts and never use it. Just be talking their ass off.
He might ask you 1 or 2 questions. So did y'all did that? Okay.
And it wasn't did y'all. Why did you do
Why,
it?
what did
He
and
knew
then,
you did it.
and another question that they ask is, what did I tell you?
Yeah.
Right.
And then after that, what did I tell you? There's nothing else to be talked about.
And that's what the Most High gonna
And that's
do.
what the Lord. What
He
did I
gonna say,
tell
"What
you?
did I tell you?"
Because he
When
told
you
you
through
through
his
the prophets.
men.
That goes back to the
That's right.
that goes back to the quote.
And that's what we read
You
the
either learn through words or
Proverbs.
Adversity.
Right.
That's it. That's right. So let's get some final precepts. I do want to get that one kingdom is translated. We could close on that. Translated from one people.
I had the Sirach too, but the other had.
Well, let's get that.
Yeah, we can read it, but we can let it go.
Oh,
Because
that's
the
right.
point was, I just make the point of that script. It was when you get into these diverse temptations and all these different afflictions that the trial by fire that you go through, when it comes to decision making, it says, "Make not haste in time of trouble." In that chapter, I think it was the 3rd verse. Matter of fact, just read the 2nd verse. We'll just get through it.
Con Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time
And
of
the word
trouble."
endure goes to what? I mean,
Make hard.
make
Make
hard.
hard.
You gotta harden up, man. Generation too soft out there.
Yeah,
All right,
too soft.
you gotta
Yeah,
grow.
endure. It means inward. Endure means durable.
Right.
You know, something that lasts. Something that's durable is something that lasts.
Yeah.
You know, for a long amount of time. So usually things that last for a long amount of time, they're hard.
Yeah.
You know, they're usually hard.
Yeah.
You get absorbed. You get
Yeah,
absorbed.
absorbed.
Yeah, God, yeah.
That was the point there. Yeah.
Con.
Yeah. So let's get that Sirach 10. We'll
Oh, I
close out on
got this is Sirach 10 and 8. Start. 8.
that. Yeah.
Well, it's like before this, that's the final. Let me get this one. I
Okay,
think
come.
I make the point. We can make the point real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 6. It's like
Oh, yeah,
chapter 6 verse 7.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, we forgot. Yeah, I was holding. I forgot to get it. Chapter 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, "What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?"
Yeah. So this is the prophet Esdras asking the angel Uriel what, because he was receiving a lot of visions. So he wanted to know what is the end of all of these visions that I'm getting? What is the dividing of the asunder the times? Okay, what should I know is the end? Okay, the sign. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Absolutely, that's showing you that there will be a transitional phase from the Edomites to the Israelites.
Yeah.
We are at the cusp of that transition.
Right.
It's happening right now.
And that's why they doing it's like, well, that's why all these Edomites over the Trump administration have been throwing all these tantrums. What have they been doing? Killing Jake because they got the power, because they got the badge or whatever.
Yep.
They've been calling the cops on Jake.
Carrying
And
out.
they feeling that white privilege losing.
Right,
It's
yeah.
losing their grips.
Hey, we had the Edomite come up to the camp saying he was gonna call the cops on us, and the cops never showed up.
Yeah. Like so.
Well,
He
you was
lost
scared.
their power.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro,
Mhm.
Go,
Yeah.
go ahead, go back. You want to point with that, bro?
Yeah, well, you know, the transition of that. Well, white privilege is done.
It's over.
You know,
It's over.
And what-
because you look at Salaki. When you look at the Black Lives Matter movement, it's not even predominantly Jake, man. You know? It's Edom, so that's how you know Edomites is losing their whole they losing their whole power to the westernized movement. What was you finna say?
I was gonna say two quick points. One, that they feel that they slipping back into the Obama era,
Yeah.
where they were too afraid to enforce their entitlement and that white privilege. See, when Trump came out, he gave all the hearts and all these Edomites to come out and say and be and do how they
Bold.
want to do. Be
Yeah.
bold, right, bro? That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And so they see that slipping away. And it's like, oh, we're gonna and then another thing, you made a point about the Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Matter posted on their website, it's been 32 days since they requested a sit down with
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
They won't even do
They
it.
won't do it. They got what they needed. You're a washed up whore, man. They got their nuts, they out.
That's right.
They
That's
got
right.
what they wanted from you.
I ain't get. They looking at the phone, and they just like, yo, why is this bitch calling?
Right. Yeah. They look, and he got BLM saved the,
Right.
the content pop up.
Yeah, and they looking like,
Yeah.
yo, I already got.
He in the red button.
Yo,
Yeah,
yo.
You done already changed the real name. You can put a scoffing name on it.
Right. Watch your ass.
Black Lives joke. That's probably what he got. He got
Yeah.
the number saying Black Lives a joke.
Or the answer, or the number pops up. It says, "Don't answer this."
Yeah,
No,
right.
Spam likely.
That hoe.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
I got the Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Absolutely. And how did these riches in America get got by deceit? By fractional banking.
Right.
Okay, centralized banking, man. All right, they got the elite international banking families got all this money through deception. All right, through establishing these central banks. All right, and making everybody a slave to that Federal Reserve note, man. All right, and which was once backed by gold, which now is backed by petrol. Okay, it's the petrodollar now. So that's how he got these riches by deceit.
Right.
So now, because he did all this, the kingdom is going to be translated from one people to another. So in any translation or in any transition from one thing to another, there's always a level of uncomfortability in between that.
Friction.
And friction, you know, and that's the stage that we're going into right now, brothers and sisters. Okay, and if you're a sister attached to a man, you better come up under that man the right way, in order, man. Because that's another thing, man. You women out here, you think that you got a voice. Hey, right now, man, you ain't got no voice. You need to come up under the man.
Right.
If you're a single sister that watch and subscribe to the videos and you believe wholeheartedly in your spirit, be patient, keep watching. Yahweh Shema Shai put you up under the man of the Lord.
So prepare yourself in order for him.
That's right. Put yourself in order for that man.
Hey, put yourself in order under the Yahweh Shema Shai from 1 Corinthians 7 chapter. And the Most High provide that other thing. If you can show him that you can deal with him like he's your person, like they said, my man is Jesus. We'll practice that.
Right.
Okay, with Yahweh Shema Shai, and he'll give you a real.
Because you women are about, it's a lot.
I was gonna say, if you do that, he's just gonna reroute you to that man being your Lord.
Absolutely. Because you women are about to be transitioned into a proper relationship as well.
That's right.
So this whole facade of America and I have a voice and Me Too and we're equal and my body, my choice, you gotta get out of that
I
energy.
have my opinion.
Yeah, you got that shit out the way,
Wait,
man.
we don't even have an opinion no more. So how
Right.
y'all gonna have
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You've had your say so, you've had your podium, you've had your pedestal,
Yep.
you've had your platform to say everything that you needed to say. This ain't the time or the place for you to be trying to insert yourself into the ministry of the Lord. You women that believe, you need to come in the right spirit, okay? You need to come up under a man. If you don't have a man, come up under this doctrine the right way. Read Titus the 2nd and 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
Read 1 Peter the 3rd chapter.
Right there.
Read 1 Corinthians the 7th chapter.
Sirach
And align
25,
yourself with the
26.
energy.
Yeah.
So like what you say?
Sirach 25 and 26.
Yes,
Yeah.
read Sirach 25 and 26. And you need to align your spirit with the energy
Isaiah
of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah.
Okay? All that other stuff is out the window. And your opinion will not matter when things change. The only thing that will matter is if you're coming in order under a man of the Lord. So you women also need to prepare for your lives to change, and you need to know how to adjust to that change. Or learn the hard way. And I'm gonna just put that out there in the spirit.
So you're not caught in an emotional state.
That's right.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
But you gonna understand how to deal.
Yeah.
That order is vital for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And understand that your position your existence as a woman is not to be looked at as a shame.
No.
Okay? You shouldn't think that just because you're being submissive and you're coming up in the right spirit and you're quiet and you're meek and you're humble that you're weak. You're necessary.
Yeah.
It's necessary. Your role is necessary.
Yeah.
So you need to learn to embrace the role that the Lord created to you, rather than embracing the role that Esau created for you, man.
Right.
Esau called over in the garden.
That's it.
Right.
Right, bro, and that role that they have is like you said, it's a necessary role. And also that's how you serve the Most High. He's giving you. He ain't say be chaste and sober and quiet and meek and these things for no reason. These are reasons that He gave for you to be. And you have to, and you sisters out there that's watching and stuff, you gotta understand the scriptures talk about a man who knows the truth and he falls out or he don't do right, he gonna be beat with many stripes. Because he ain't doing right. That goes for you too.
That's right.
You don't get out of that. If you're not doing right, you know this truth, and you out of order, guess what stripes is coming for you? Many.
Yeah, you don't get it. So you could think that you got that same leeway that you got with Esau. You ain't got that leeway with the Lord. Okay? Because the Lord, be honest, the Lord really he'll get rid of women because he don't deal with women.
Yeah, that's in the plan.
The evidence is when with Miriam.
Yep.
Miriam and Aaron was both in the wrong, but who got punished?
Yep.
That's how I show you right there how the Most High feels when it comes to woman.
Yeah, you got to be in order. The Lord deals with order, and the Spirit had us to put that out there because not only do we have to adjust to these life-changing moments, you women are going to have to as well. You got to get on the right page, man.
Somebody tuning that's the spirit. Somebody must be tuning in.
Yeah,
You get acquainted with Genesis 3:16.
That's right.
Because in those times, a man ain't gonna be sitting there arguing back and forth with you.
Yeah, and you
Like,
ain't
let's
gonna
go
be,
this way. Let's do this.
Let's not go. If you don't want to go, you go your way, and I'm going my way.
And that word "why," you ain't gonna get a lot of them answers.
Right. Yeah.
To the answer to the question why.
Yeah. And we just read one kingdom shall be translated to another. So that all this goes on in Esau's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? But this kingdom is gonna be in order. It's gonna be dominated by Israelite man.
That's
you know,
right.
a real man who's gonna have y'all in order.
Yeah, so you women need to align yourselves with what the scriptures say and stop aligning yourselves with what your emotions tell you.
Right.
The scriptures tell you that women shall be saved by childbearing and that 7 women shall take hold of one man. Don't be sitting up there thinking that you got a man of the Lord and it's just going to be you and him in Jacob's trouble. And if any other woman coming his way, you're going to try to block it. You need to align yourself with the prophecies and what the prophecies say and play your role.
That's what shows her position, bro.
That's just
gonna
straight.
block another woman.
Yeah.
That woman taking your spot.
She gonna take your spot because you're gonna get removed. So if you don't want to come up under that order because you're so deceived by monogamy, okay, and you're so deceived by Me Too and my choice, my body, then the truth ain't the place for you.
That's right.
And I'm just being raw in the spirit right now because our lives are about to change, and if you can't adjust, then the Lord is not going to adjust to your emotions. You got to adjust to these prophecies. If you can't adjust, you're going to get moved out the way. And that go for the men and the women.
Perfect. You're going to feel it. We going to feel it if you ain't right. But, like if you're not aligned and we got apart from you, but guess what? We ain't going to stop. We ain't going to stop moving in the spirit because you ain't in the spirit. And now's the time to get in the spirit. And of Yahweh Shemel Shah, when you find that righteous man, he's gonna already be in the spirit. Okay, so that's the place that you need to look. If you don't have a man now, if you do, and that man's in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you need to get yourself aligned with that man in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
That's right.
Like the brother said, with what the scriptures say.
Yeah. So you had a closing precept, right?
1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
That's it. That's straight to the point. All right. So when we going into this time of trouble and this time of tribulation, such as have never been seen, the Lord is still expecting us to be in order and to move decently. This is not a time just because chaos break out in the earth. Don't give us the green light to be chaotic. We still got to be in order. We still got to wait on the Spirit. We still got to be faithful, and we still have to hold ourselves within the parameters of what the Scriptures say. All right. This ain't the time to just unleash all of your emotions and all of your fury because it's a time of trouble. This is the time to be poised. This is the time to be composed. This is the time to be sober. This is the time to think. This is the time to brainstorm, because you need to make a good decision. And the greatest players, you know, and if I may say real quick, the poker faces.
Yeah.
Even though it's an intense moment, you can't show it. Meaning you still got to be in order according to the game that the hand that's been dealt to you, man. All right. When you see LeBron James and these other guys with 20 seconds left on the clock, they look just like it was when it was tip off. Okay. Because they know that I need to be poised, I need to be composed, I need to make decisions, I need to think, I need to breathe, so that I can be effective in this game-changing moment. So with that, Lord willing, that was an edifying lesson. We want to give all praises, all glory, and honor to double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, salutations, many blessings unto the elect men, women, and children. Until the next lesson, we say shalom.
Shalom.